Hello everyone. Welcome to this next part of data modeling and ER diagram. I hope that you people have seen the first part of ER diagram as well as you have gone through all the videos of keys. Okay, so let's move ahead. So as in the first part of this ER diagram topic, we have seen that our three main objective of this course is actually ultimately the objective is number two. Okay, that if you are doing any project, so you need to decide the number of tables for that project. Okay, and to decide that number of tables for a project, you need to draw an ER diagram. And after creating correct number of tables, you need to write queries as per the user requirement. Okay, so okay, this we have seen before the videos of all different type of keys, but now you people have seen all the videos of different type of keys. Now you people know that what is primary key, okay, what is foreign key, okay, then you also understand that what is meant by atomic key and what is meant by composite key, both in case of primary key as well as foreign key. So with this understanding, let us move ahead. Make sure that you have seen all 10 videos of data DBMS keys. I think they are starting from topic number somewhere from 35 up to here this 44 number video. So please make sure that you people have seen all those 10 videos of different type of keys. Like you have also seen what is not null, you have seen what is check, you have seen what is unique. So I again and again I'm saying that I assume that you people know all these things. Okay, so please, it is my request that if you have not gone through those 10 videos, maybe from video number 35, 34, or let us see from where does it starts. You can see the key videos start from as you can see, yeah, the key videos start from video number 31. So 31, 32, 33 was related to the ER diagram first part. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. They all are related to keys. So please make sure that you have gone through all of them, because without going through these videos, it will be difficult for you to understand this topic. Now, most of the time, what you will find that ER diagram is covered very early in the books, and later on other topics are covered. But what I have experienced that if you have gone through those topics of keys first, then it will be very easy for you to understand ER diagram. That is why I am taking up the second part now after all the keys. Okay, so so what is the context of this topic? See, you know that what you all of you might be developing some kind of project software in your coming job. So what you will be doing, you will be doing some front end, and there will be some back end. In back end, there will be tables in a DBMS. That DBMS can be Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, DB2, and the list is very long. So uh, the most important or critical part of any project is decide number of tables. So the question is how you decide number of tables. So the answer again, you know very well, the answer comes from if you design a very good ER diagram, then you can convert it easily into tables. Okay, and what ER diagram comes under? ER diagram comes under the topic of data modeling. What I request you, please note down these definitions. These are important definitions, uh, not only from exam point of view, but they are practically also sometimes uh, used and implemented. So what is modeling? What modeling is that whatever the requirement of the project is has come out, you need to model it somewhere on the paper. Okay, So, for example, if you are developing some project for a clinic, then you need to identify certain things like doctor, compounder, medicine, prescription. So, you need to model it in some way so that it can be converted into some kind of software. Okay, so that is the meaning of basically modeling, that representing some real world concept, idea, process into some kind of either diagrammatic or representational format where a technical person or IT person can use it to develop their project. Okay, so you know that data models are of different types. Relational model we are studying, uh, object based models, and so on. And it is classified into three types, you know very well: conceptual, representational, and physical. Now, since we have done, let us see. Uh, you can see this, you can pause the video, you can note down this definition. Of course, they are always useful. But now let us move ahead. Uh, this we have already covered in the first video, so I will not go into details of it right now. But I will suggest you to go through all these points. Okay. Now, what important is that data models are of three types: that conceptual, logical, and physical. Conceptual means, suppose after studying a certain situation, you have come out, you have uh, came to know that there is a customer and there is a product. So you will model it in this way, that uh, a product is sold to a customer. So this is a simple concept, that there is a customer, there is a product, and a sale operation takes between them. But when you uh, go a little bit down at a deeper level and you apply that what kind of data will be stored, it is called as logical model. So just note the difference. Here it was just customer and product. Here it was that customer will be stored as a string, it will be stored as integer. So it is again generalized. But when you talk about how you will implement it in a particular software, suppose you talk about Oracle. So in Oracle, we will use it varchar. Okay, that is called as physical data model. Okay, if it might be say DB2, here instead of varchar, the data type can be text. Are you getting? So this is what the difference is. See, all three are quite same. All three have customer and product. The only difference is the level of details has increased. Okay, so this is a general logical model. But how uh, you design a model for a project, we make use of some data modeling technique. Okay, to design different type of these uh, data models. So those techniques, they, you know, number one is ER diagram or ER model, and another is UML. Okay, so ER model is what? ER model is a high level conceptual data model. Now see the word conceptual data model. See what we have seen in conceptual just now. Conceptual does not tell you that it is of int, it is of float, it is of varchar, or whether it will be done in Oracle or it will be done in something else. Okay, so I hope you are getting this. So ER diagram is a conceptual data modeling techniques. It is not related to Oracle. It is not related to MySQL. It is a general tool. So in future, whatever project you will be doing, you might be doing in Oracle, you might be doing in MySQL, you might be doing in DB2, you might be doing in Postgres, Ingress, MariaDB, MongoDB, whatever is the case. ER model will be common for all. Okay, it is used for conceptual design of database application, and once it is prepared, then we'll design logical, then we design physical. Physical means, you know, ultimately you need to do create. Okay, so what is an ER diagram made up of? An ER diagram is made up of number of components. Okay, that we have seen previous also, that it is made up of entity, a relationship, and attributes. Okay, so let us see an example, a very simple and easy example. See, this is another example, that student studying in college. So this is simple ER diagram. Okay, or you talk about uh, this one. Again, it is almost same. It's totally same. Or you talk about a teacher teaches in a department. Okay, so what you are able to see is that these are rectangles. Although these are not usually squares, please avoid using square. These are always rectangle, and attributes are always oval. Okay, so a student studies in college. So what is a student? This student is actually an entity, and a student will have, student will have a student name, student id, student address. Similarly, college will have college id, college name. So what you have understood from this is that ultimately this will be converted into table. So you will have a student table and you will have a college table. Now since you have created so many tables, so now it is better for you to understand this. Okay, so here it is general. Entity is always shown as rectangle, and attribute is shown as oval, and relationship is shown as diamond. So now you have understood that the how how the CR diagram will be converted into table. The fundamental rule, a basic rule is, as many entities as you are seeing, the number of tables will be minimum that. For example, if these are two entities, at least two table will be created. Or, although it can be three, but at present, at least two table will be created. For example, in this case, at least two table will be created: student table and college table. Or you talk about this one, a teacher table and a department table. And when you do select staff from teacher, all the records of teacher will come. And when you will do select staff from department, all the records of department will come. Okay, so this is what our idea is. Now let us see what in detail what an ER diagram is made up of. So you know that ER diagram, this chart is very useful. It will tell you that ER diagram is made up of these main components. Okay, you have entity, you have attributes, and you have relationships. This is not, see, don't uh, take this as its diagram for that attribute are drawn as rectangle. It is what are the components of ER diagram. Okay, so ER diagram, you will find entity, you will find attribute, and you will find relationship. So in coming next video, or maybe in coming tutorial, we'll be discussing about that. Okay, what is an entity, what a type of entity, weak entity, strong entity. Now it will be very easy for you to understand because you have already done keys. Similarly, type of attributes, again very easy. You have created so many tables, so you know what are attributes: roll number, name, date of birth, city. They all are attributes. And of course, because you have done primary key and foreign key also, so it is very easy for us, for you to understand what is relationship. Okay. Now before we move ahead, let us see one more example that we have done earlier. That before we go into detail of it, see, we have seen this. Although the actual ER diagram of a company will be very large, but just for simplicity, we are taking this that an employee works in department. Now, how this has come out? See, whenever you are going for a project, you need to study that process. For example, if somebody asks you to develop a project for a restaurant, so you may need to visit that restaurant. What is this all called as requirement analysis? If a doctor asks you to develop a project for his or her clinic, then you may need to visit the clinic for a few days. Your team might visit the clinic or hospital to understand what is the process, and after understanding the process, they will use their knowledge and wisdom to design or develop a project for that hospital or clinic. I hope I am clear to you. You are getting what I am trying to say. That whenever you start a project, you first of all you need to understand the requirement of customer or requirement analysis. So this ER diagram is the result of that analysis. It is done by some experienced person. So that I'm an experienced person who has an IT background, and after having some experience, he or she understand that what we need to capture for this project. Okay, so after going through this, say for a dummy department, we have come to know that there is a department, and in department there are number of employees. So what we have, and after going through requirement also, we came to know that e name, e-number, street, city will be the employee attributes. And department attribute of department, D name, D code. And what is the relationship? Employee works in department. So this is the relationship. Now you very well know that this relationship will be represented with the help of a foreign key. Okay. And other thing that comes in DI diagram, you very well know, I have just now said rectangle represents entity set like employee, ellipses represent attributes, diamond represents relationships, and line represents this links. Okay, so uh, let us stop it here. In next video, we will go into detail of what we have seen just now, that type of entities, type of attribute, type of relationships, and how they are converted into table. Again, let me assure you that it will be very easy for you to understand it now because you have done all type of keys. Okay, thank you very much. Uh, Let us move to end of this tutorial and see you next video. Thank you very much.